Imagine waking up every morning fearing that your neighbor might now see you as the reason for everything going wrong in their life. You go to work, pay your taxes, raise your children, and still, you're labeled the problem. In today's UK, a chilling question is echoing through headlines and living rooms. Are immigrants really to blame for the nation's struggles, or are they just the easiest targets? This is not just a political debate, it's personal, and the truth might shock you. Stay with us as we uncover the hidden forces fueling this backlash, the emotional toll on real families, and the dangerous road the country may be heading down if this blame game continues. This is a story that affects every immigrant and every citizen in the UK. In recent months, a surge of headlines, social media posts, and political speeches have pointed the finger at immigrants for rising rents, NHS delays, school overcrowding, and even unemployment. But here's the uncomfortable truth. These problems didn't start with immigrants. They've been brewing for decades. Underfunded services, political inaction, and economic mismanagement. Yet when people are frustrated, scared, or uncertain, they look for someone to blame. And immigrants, especially visible minorities, often become the easiest scapegoats. Remember the 1970s? The same blame was put on Caribbean and South Asian communities. Now it's being directed at Eastern Europeans, Africans, and even refugees fleeing war. The cycle continues. But why? Here's where the story gets darker. Politicians know that fear wins votes. Blaming immigrants is a tool, a powerful one, to distract from deeper failures. Rather than fixing broken housing systems or investing in the NHS, leaders craft headlines like, "Immigration out of control," or "They're taking our jobs." It creates division and distraction. And while people fight each other, the real issues stay buried. One insider from a recent political campaign admitted anonymously, "We don't solve problems, we shape public anger. It's easier." Let that sink in. Now let's look beyond the headlines. To the mother who won't let her son speak Urdu in public because she fears judgment. To the nurse from Nigeria who saves British lives daily, but gets told to go home. To the Romanian shopkeeper whose windows are shattered, again, just because of his accent. These aren't statistics. These are real people. And for many, the fear is growing. Fear of eviction, deportation, violence, or just being seen as less than human. We spoke to a 17-year-old Afghan refugee who said, "I came here to escape war. Now I fear I walked into another kind." So where does this anger come from? One answer: the media. Certain tabloids and online platforms pump out daily doses of fear, twisting facts, inflating numbers, and turning neighbors against each other. For example, when the UK received 50,000 asylum seekers last year, one headline screamed, "Invasion at our borders." In reality, that number is far smaller than what many EU nations take. But fear spreads faster than facts. And in the age of social media, one viral lie can do more damage than 100 truths. But here's the question we must all ask. Do we want to live in a country that divides or unites? Because the current path is dangerous. History shows what happens when blame turns into hate, and hate turns into action. The UK has always been strongest when it embraces diversity, not when it fears it. From NHS workers to business owners to scientists and builders, immigrants are not the enemy. They are part of the solution. And if we keep turning on each other, we might all lose. It's time for a new conversation, one based on truth, not fear. Let's talk about poor leadership, rising inequality, housing profiteers, and policy failures. Let's stop blaming those who are already fighting to survive. And let's remind ourselves that every time we point a finger, we may be doing exactly what the powerful want, fighting each other instead of fighting for change. To the immigrants watching this, your existence is not a problem. Your journey, your struggle, your dreams, they matter. You are not alone. To the citizens who are unsure, ask questions, seek facts. Don't let your frustration be used as fuel for division. We are all part of the same story. And if we let fear write the script, no one wins. If this video touched you, if it made you think, or if you believe others need to hear this truth, Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us keep telling stories that matter. And remember, staying silent in the face of injustice is never the answer. Thank you for watching.